Hey traders, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be covering Hyblock's volume delta indicators. Before we get started, just to understand what's on my screen here, we're looking at the BTC USDT price chart for 1 hour candlesticks. If we go into the indicators panel, we'll see a section called order flow and open interest. Order flow is defined by the trade data that we're collecting from the various exchanges. With trade flow data, you can build indicators such as buy volume, sell volume, and if you subtract your buy volume from your sell volume, you get your volume delta. We can see here that there's 4 volume delta indicators on the bottom. The data is the same, but it's just separated in ways to make it easier for you to look at the data. If we want the basic buy volume subtracted by sell volume for a single exchange, we'll just click on this volume delta indicator. And here we can see that we have a bar chart. If it's green or positive, that means that the buy volume was greater than the sell volume. If it's red or negative, that means the sell volume was greater than the buy volume. If you want to look at volume delta across all the exchanges we support or an aggregated view, you can go back to the indicators and then you can click on volume delta aggregated. And if you go to the subsettings and go to inputs, you can see that all the exchanges are now selected. A common way of looking at volume delta is through what's called CVD or cumulative volume delta. So let's dive into that right now. If we remove these indicators, go back to the order flow and open interest section, and we can click on volume delta cumulative. And here is your CVD indicator. So what is this telling you? Well, this is a trend line of your buying versus selling pressure. If buy volume is outweighing your sell volume, then your CVD will trend upward. And if your sell volume is outweighing your buy volume, then your CVD will trend downward. In fact, as you would expect, CVD moves a lot of times in the same direction as price. As CVD increases, we see a lot more buying activity. So therefore, we also see price increase. And as CVD decreases, we're seeing a lot of selling activity. So therefore, price is also decreasing. We can also notice that as CVD creates lower lows, price can also make lower lows. However, the market is not always that perfect. For example, here, we can see that price made a higher high. However, CVD did not make a higher high. This is what's known as a bearish divergence. In Hyblock, you can break down the CVD indicator into many more subcomponents to understand how CVD is trending across different markets. For example, let's say you want to compare CVD for the spot market versus CVD of the perp market. In the perpetual market, leverage is easily accessible, and it can be a good indication of speculative buying and selling activity. So what are some ways to use the CVD indicator? Well, for one, let's say you want to compare the CVD of the spot market versus the CVD of the perp market. How is buying and selling activity different on the spot market versus the perp market? So what we can do is we can go to the subsettings. We can change this exchange to, let's say, Coinbase to represent the spot market. We can go to style and we can change this color to white. Now we can select the same indicator again, but now we select our perp exchange. So Binance USD stablecoin margin. We can make this color yellow. And now we can merge these two indicators together. So now we can see something very interesting. We see a couple areas of divergence. For example, for this price action area here, we can see that the spot market CVD was increasing while the perp market CVD was decreasing, leading to a large divergence over here. Soon after, we can see price went up significantly, which means the spot orders were on the right side of this trade. Closer to where we currently are in price, we can see another area of divergence, but in the opposite direction. We can see that the spot market CVD has been decreasing, but the perp market CVD has been increasing, leading to another area of divergence. However, currently, in the last few hours, we can see these lines merging back together to the center. Let's say we wanted to dive a little bit deeper into this perp CVD trend line, right? Let's say we wanted to understand what is leading this direction. Is it the retail market or is it the institutional market? Is it big money or is it small money? So to do that, we can click on the indicator again, volume delta cumulative. Let's remove some of these drawings. We can click on the exchange again. And now we have two sections called greater than or equal to or less than. And this is where you select trade size buckets to filter this CVD indicator. So let's say I only want to look at CVD for what I consider the retail market. And my definition of the retail market is any trade between 1,000 to 10,000 US dollars. So you can see my line has changed. So let's change the color as well. And now we can load the indicator again. Go to the subsettings. And now we can select trade size between 1 million to 10 million to represent my institutional market. Make this blue. Now we can merge these two together and we can get another comparison. So we can see that the perp CVD line that we saw on the first graph that was trending upward was mostly led by our institutional side, because we see the institutional in blue trending upward versus the retail, which was trending downward in orange. Finally, one more way we can study this indicator is by anchoring it to a certain point. So let's say I wanted to know how has CVD been trending from the low point. So this area right here. So we can check how many candlesticks has that been from the low. 266 candles. So I can go back, click on volume delta cumulative, subsetting inputs, and here we can see we have a look back period, right? So we can anchor our CVD by that exact number of candles, 266, and we hit OK. And now we can get a nice trend of how CVD has been moving from this point exactly. So that's pretty much the summary of our volume delta indicators. I hope this was helpful. If you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell notifications to be notified when we release our next video. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.